As you bring your awareness back to the moment, getting ready for this wonderful gift you've given yourself today, reminding you, as I will most often in the class, breathe, right? The breath of life. Breathe at least twice as deep as you normally breathe in and out through your nose. Let's begin by bending the knees, step the feet up to the mat. Cross your right leg over your left leg, and cross it in such a way that if you were wearing a mini skirt, you would want to hide. So a nice deep cross, right? Arms out like wings. As you exhale, lower both legs to either side of the mat. As you inhale, bring the legs back to center. And as you exhale, lower both legs to the other side of the mat. You're kind of rotating on that bottom foot, right? Head moves in the opposite direction. The knees are dropping as you check in with the breath. Am I exhaling as I lower? Is my head moving the opposite direction? And continue matching the breath with the movement as we do some moving spinal twists. So just by breathing, turning the head from side to side, you're stimulating your thyroid and parathyroid gland of the throat, which regulates your metabolism. And Linda Taylor reduced her thyroid medication in half because of her yoga. We've read you a story of another woman who got off her thyroid medication altogether. Wonderful things happen when you do yoga, and we'll get into more of that as we move on in our practice. Let's do about 4 more moving spinal twists, as we're going to be moving that spine 7 ways today beyond what you normally would do in a normal day, and that's what opens it up. It helps all the systems of the body. Now, we're going to lower both legs, keep the legs crossed. We're going to lower them both over to the right side of the mat. Go on to the right, Lorna. That's the left. Lower both legs to the right. Oh, that is your right. Okay. So if you want to watch me, now that I have them over to the, did I say the right? Yeah. Okay. My mistake. Lower both legs to the left side of the mat. Now, if you see my legs, I'm going to bend both of them and shift a little bit on my hip. I'm getting a nice twist in the lower body, and then I'm going to open up, turn my head to the right. Arms are still out like wings, and breathe here. And I'll check the room. My mistake. That'll happen from time to time. So we're coming here with the legs. Breathing here. Head to the right, and you're breathing in and out through your nose, right? We're anchoring here. We're twisting. This is just the beginning. It gets better. Okay, you're fine. I like that. So my class may start off slow, but just wait, right? Sometimes we do some restorative poses. Now, what I'd like you to do, if you can peek for a minute, but don't forget where I put your legs. I'd like you to come up, turning to your left, and come up on your left forearm. Do you see where I'm at? Turn to your left, come up on your left forearm. Perfect. Now weave your right hand between the left forearm, push it through. As you breathe, crawl it through, look to your left, and bring in the breath as you relax into a different twist. And one up until last night when I did the class, my body hasn't been in this position before. The breath comes in as you try to surrender to this, right? Relax on the exhale. This is a restorative pose, one you could do for 5 minutes, opening up the body, helping the energetic body do its magic, right? Give me about 5 or 6 more deep breaths. And the exhale is your surrendering breath. Your 90 trillion cells get smaller when you exhale. Those are the ones you want to relax on and just allow the body to move where you feel like you want it to move. You turn it to the right. Maybe you got it. No, you have it. Maybe I. Okay, when you're ready, roll back over to your back. Cross your left leg over the right. So knees are bent. Your left leg now crosses over the right. Arms out like wings, moving spinal twist. Exhale, lower both knees to either side. Paul, come up. Roll over on your back. Cross your left leg over your right. No, look around. We're going back to where we started, right? Moving spinal twist. Head moves the opposite direction, the knees are dropping, and the breath comes in. So I just found this pose the other day from one of my yoga books. It's brand new. We're going to do a few more brand new things today. So as we move the spine in twisting, the diaphragm's massaging your liver, your spleen, your kidneys. And we're trying to create more space, get rid of the blockages, keep the calcification away of the spine, trying to keep the elasticity of the cartilage. And the best fashion statement you can make is walking around with a 20-year-old spine into your 80s and 90s. When you're ready, lower both knees to the right side and separate the legs like we had them before, right? Adjust the hip, get a nice twist in the lower body, and then open the arms, turn your head to the left. Bring in the breath. Now this is a deep twist. You can feel the diaphragm opening and closing. There it is right there. Do you breathe that way when you're out in the public? No. But we should. It was the way we were born to breathe. Give me a couple more breaths here. Oh. And when you're ready, roll over to your right side. Come up on your right forearm. And when you get up there on the right forearm, weave that left hand between their right forearm and the trunk. Adjust your knee and hip where you feel you want to go. It's not my spine, it's your spine. And the breath comes in, turn your head to the right, and let that breath irrigate, nourish, oxygenate that whole area. And since all the systems of the body work off the spine, you're doing good for all the systems of the body. As we open up the body, I like to say it's like a washing machine, cleaning you out from the inside, physiologically, massaging all the glands of the body, all the organs of the body. Your body creates new energetic pathways. I think I was listening to every second you have 3 trillion things going on in your body at any one time. Amazing things can happen to you if you do yoga. Give me a few more deep breaths. I almost hate to bring you out of this. You look so comfortable, right? When you're ready, roll over on your back. Hugging the knees. Hugging in both knees. Bring one hand to each knee and lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Hands are on the knees, head and shoulders off the mat. Feet are as wide as the knees. Let's spread all 10 toes and ride on the breath, right? Oftentimes we forget the breath as we're moving into a position, but now we're here. As you exhale, try to pull those knees down just a little, bringing a little oxygenation and massaging to the lymph nodes of the groin. We have lymph nodes in the armpits and the neck, and we have more fluid in our lymphatic system than we have blood in the body. And yoga dramatically moves the fluid around the body, strengthening your immune system. And if you do inversions, like most of America is not, 90% of America is not doing yoga, that lymphatic fluid moves nicely. When you're ready, let's straighten the left leg out on the mat. You can release the toe spread. Right arm hand grabs the right knee. You can release your head and shoulders down to the mat. Bring your left arm overhead. And as you inhale, try to stretch the left side of the body. As you inhale, Try to open up the armpit as you inhale. Stretch from the fingertips of the left hand to the heel of the left foot. And now you're doing the work on the inhale, aren't you? That's why the breath is critical in yoga. I like to say it's been with you since you've been born, the breathing. Might as well use it to open up your body. Give me 2 more deep inhales, 2 more stretches. Very nice. When you're ready, let's bring both hands to either side of that right foot and bring that right foot up to the heavens. Grab a hold, both hands, and bring it on up. Breathing here as you explore opening one of the longest blood roads of the body. You have 60,000 miles of blood roads in the body. In most of America, they're not oxygenating it. This is one of the longest ones. So you can tick-tock that leg side to side. You can pull it forward towards your head. Face is soft. Nice soft 70 muscles of the face are soft, and the breath is working. And if it's a little challenging for you to grab the foot, you can also grab the ankle. But I want you to grab high up there so we can strengthen the grip. I'm always working the fingers, the wrists, the toes. As we get older, that circulation wanes a little bit. When you're ready, release down. Straighten that right leg out on the mat. Grab your left knee with the left hand. Hug it in. Right arm overhead. Stretch the right side of the body. As you inhale, right arm overhead. Lauren. As you inhale, stretch the right side, right? Be patient. Wait for the next inhale and do a little more. And just stretch maybe 3 more inhales for me, please. Oh, a little work with the hip too, yeah. When you're ready, go ahead and grab that left foot on both sides with the hands. Bring that delightful foot up to the heavens as you bring the breath in and bring that powerful awareness to the body. Yoga believes you're breathing in prana, they call it, not just oxygen and nitrogen. Prana is the entire intelligence of the universe as you breathe. And as your awareness moves around that wonderful body, powerful things happen. They say our bodies are really only 2% physical, and the rest we don't know, right? We don't explore the rest. We're so wonderfully made, we take it all for granted. So arch pose coming up. Go ahead and release that leg down. Bend both knees, and both feet are on the mat. Right? Lift either leg up to the heavens. When you're ready, inhale, lift the butt off the mat. Exhale, lower the butt, set that foot down. Lift the other leg. Inhale, lift the butt off the mat. Exhale, release, and set that leg down. Continue matching the breath with the movement. Arch pose, alternating legs. This is a strengthener, right? A little weight bearing. Might as well strengthen the bones while we're at it today, right? And Sandy had her bone scan after a year, 15% more density in her spine. She was the happiest woman on the planet. And she says to the class, since we have interactive classes, that the first time in 10 years her scan was normal, the word normal. And I saw the scan, I looked at it. Of course, she got off her medication, and she's changed her lifestyle as well. Let's do 4 more alternating leg arch poses. As you're breathing, doing these last 4, you can visualize bridge pose. Some of you can visualize bridge pose. How's it going over there, Valerie? Okay, it gets better. I'm going to bust you up today, right? Bridge pose. You'll lift the butt up in the air, interlace the hands underneath the butt, and then try to roll to the back of the shoulders, side to side, and then the feet come closer to the butt. Lift the groin up as high as you can and bring in the breath. Back bend. If your ankles are close enough, you can reach and grab the ankles, pulling the feet closer under the butt. Come up on your toes and get up higher into a back bend. Back bend's arguably the second most important thing you can do for the body and the spine. Nobody does back bends. The first thing you could do for your body is breathe deeply. And let's go about 5 more deep breaths in bridge pose. Good. Good, 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 good. Can't get a 20-year-old spine without back bends, right? Well done. When you're ready. Oh, release down. Let's hug in the knees one more time. This time, though, one hand on each knee. Spread the knees just wide enough so you can rotate the ankles 5 or 6 times in each direction. Open and close the toes. Point the toes. Crimp the toes. Try to get those ankles, rotate those 56 bones of the feet. Which, by the way, I read to another class yesterday. When you're barefoot, that foot flexes 54%. As you walk. When you put your foot in a shoe, it decreases the flexing by 30 to 80%. We shouldn't be in shoes. That's another study we do, a barefoot study. We should be in barefoot shoes, getting the strength back into our feet. When you're ready, let's have some fun, right? And I know this is the most enjoyable part of the class. That's why we do it first. So now release your head and shoulders for a moment, but look up, see where my legs are. Now bring the hands behind the head. Now this one is important, as you remember. The middle part is your inhale. So I'm going to exhale, bringing the opposite knee to the elbow, lifting up. And then inhale, I'm coming to center. And then exhale, the other side. These are bicycles. You want to remember you're going to come to center as you inhale. And then exhale to the other side. Continue matching the breath with the movement as you enjoy strengthening your core. And these are yogic sit-ups. Slow. You'll notice after 6 or 7, you feel pretty good feeling there, right? And Lorna's here and Valerie for the first time. Let's see how many friends Lorna can make today. Lorna, how many more of these should we do?
I don't know. I need to stretch a lot more.
Okay, Lorna says do 8 more.
She didn't say that.
Didn't she say 8 more? Let's do 8 more. Bring that elbow up to the knee. The opposite elbow. There you go. And then inhale the center. And then exhale the other side. There you go. When you finish your 8, unless you want to go for the record, take a moment. Do nothing. Take a break. Well done. So sometimes the rest is as important as the movement. I could have asked Valerie the same question. I was hoping for a number. Oftentimes they'll say 2 or 4, right? And then I double it. But that's okay. I'll be picking on you sooner or later. We pick on everybody evenly here, right? Creo, are you comfortable? Okay. Okay, so give me about 10 more breaths. As you're breathing, you can be visualizing how you're going to maneuver your body to table pose. And you'll need a block. You may or may not use it, but you can keep it nearby. Table pose, you're on your hands and knees, and your head will be facing toward me to make my job a little easier. Okay? So table pose. You're on hands and knees. Hands are under the shoulders, and hands are shoulder width. Knees are under the hips, and knees are hip width. And then a block is nearby. You may or may not need it. Okay? Today, as we mix this up, we're going to rotate the fingers toward each other. And then try to take a moment to spread those fingers wide. Today, let's touch the knees together. And then curl the toes. If you can see my feet, my toes are curled. You see my feet, Paul? Or look at Lucille's feet. Now, I also want you to splay the heels out, away from each other, getting some circulation and awareness in those little pinky toes that don't get enough adoration. And from here, let's do cat-cow. Exhale, round the back, chin goes to the chest. Inhale, arch the back, push the belly to the mat, bring the head looking straight ahead. Exhale, round the back, chin to the chest, cat back. Inhale, arch the back, push the belly to the mat, look straight ahead, cow back. Continue matching the movement with the breath. Good. Good. And continue with cat-cow, right? With a little modification with the hands today and the toes. I'm always trying to work with your wrists and hands and toes, because it's not done enough. Oftentimes, we take them for granted. Very nice. Let's do 3 more cats and 3 more cows. And they're referring to the back, the rounding and the arching of the back. When you finish your 3 cats and 3 cows, you can uncurl the toes, drop down to your forearms, roll the wrists, open and close the hands. Take a moment. You can uncurl the toes too, Lorna. Just rest a moment. So there will be some things in here that are new, even for me, as I put the class together for the first time, taught it last night, but I'll teach it 6 more times this week, and then I have a new class planned on Saturday. But you're going to do what you can, follow the best way you can, and everything will be fine. They say you always get what you need in a yoga class. No matter how well you think you're doing or not, you will get exactly what you need. When you're ready, let's come back up to table pose. Step your right foot up to the hands. That right ankle's under the knee. And when you're ready, leave the foot where it is and come up to kneeling. From here, see if you can step that right foot to the heel. And a straight leg. And then one hand on either side of that right leg as you release the head down over that kneecap. If you need your block here, by all means, your head hovers over the knee. Well, what do you mean, Tim? Well, shimmy your butt a little side to side. And your head will hover. You can hover it clockwise or counterclockwise, but the more you move here, the more awareness in the back of the leg. And I like to open up the back of the legs late in the week, so you're sore all weekend. You think of me all weekend, right? We do those abdominal work. You get to think about me all weekend. Breathing here, right? Did you forget to breathe? That's why I'm always reminding you. I always say breath, breathing more than anything, and it's that because you're doing perfect. It's because it's that important. But we're moving on, Lauren. When you're ready, walk both hands over to the left side of the mat. Walk them on over to your left. Keep on going. Walk them back toward that left knee. Look over your left shoulder. See if you can see that foot behind you. Now we have a lateral bend of your spine as you breathe here, right? And trust me, your spine and your body saying, thank you very much. So we twist the spine, right? Lateral. We stretch it and move it front and back. That's 7 ways. When you're ready, walk back to center with the hands and see if you can hop the hands over the leg and keep walking over to your right side. Hop the hands over. Try to look over the right shoulder and see if you can see at least half of that foot. Make sure you're breathing as the breath will help relax you into this movement. Isn't this fun, huh? I like a little awkwardness. Good for you. Focus and good for opening up the body. Great job. When you're ready, walk back to center and see if you can gracefully step that right foot back to table pose. What's next, Valerie? Valerie says step the left foot forward. When you're ready, step it on up. Right? And come up to kneeling. Come up to kneeling when the left foot's up. Come up. And when you're ready, when you get up, see if you can step that left foot to the heel, a straight leg, and then one hand on either side of the left leg as the breath comes in, opening up the back of that leg. Releasing the head down if you can and exploring, right? Your awareness is moving around. That powerful awareness. The entire intelligence of the universe right now is moving up and down the leg as you breathe, and that powerful mind of yours is feeling what's going on. And this is why you can avoid open heart surgery, because you're slowing down, you're breathing, you're basically asking for the body to go back to where it likes to be, right? Your body wants perfection. We have to help it a little. When you're ready, walk both hands to the right. Walking them over by the knee, looking over your right shoulder. See if you can see that foot in the back. And the breath comes in. When you're ready, walk both hands back to center. See if you can hop them over that leg and continue going over to the left. Let's go where you can. Go what you're comfortable doing. Try to look over the shoulder. That cervical spine, right? The upper spine wants to have a lateral bend too. When you're ready, go ahead and walk back to center. See if you can gracefully step that front foot back to child's pose. Child's pose, take a break. Your knees are wide on the mat. Your big toes are touching. Sit back towards your heels. Sit back towards your heels. Drop your forearms down to the mat. Release your head and do nothing. Take a break. So this is an inversion, a small one. Your head is below the heart. Heart doesn't have to work as hard pumping the blood. And now you have a little massage for your pituitary gland. What do you mean massage? Well, you're upside down. Gravity is causing it to move somewhat. And then the pituitary gland, the most important gland in your body. Just this simple move and inversion could be all the difference in the world to your health. You also have a hypothalamus gland of the brain and a pineal gland that you're oxygenating and massaging. Okay, let's have some more fun. What are we doing? Oh, yes. When you're ready, come back up to table pose. Now, we're not going to bring the butt to the heels to stretch. You're not going to be able to stretch unless the butt is at least up a little. So when you're ready, I want you to walk the hands forward, both of them. Bring them off of the mat. Bring them forward and to the right, to the right, to the right. Bring your left hand on top of the right hand, and now sit your butt back towards your heels. Release the head. Find a little stretch of the left side of the body. Breathing here. If your butt touches your heels, then you're resting. I want a stretch working, and the breath comes in. Good, that's fine. Puppy dog. Good. Good, good, good. Good enough for me. When you're ready, just stay there and kind of walk your hands over to the left side of the mat. Stay out in front there, right? Bring your right hand on top of the left hand and sit back. See if you can stretch the other side body. The breath comes in. Good. Very nice. When you're ready, let's come back to table. It's easier from here to describe. So now you're back in table pose. Just walk the hands straight ahead. Just far enough so you can now sit back and get a stretch both sides. But remember, butt doesn't touch the heels because you want to keep that stretch going. When you're ready, take a peek. Take a peek, but you can come over to take a peek on both forearms. See how I've moved forward? Now, let's go left since it's my left leg. Extend your left leg out to the side. You're on both forearms. Take your left arm behind the back and open that left shoulder to the heavens, looking up. Breath comes in. Turn that left shoulder up to the heavens, Lorna. This way. This way. Look at me. As you exhale, open up. As you exhale, let it go. Opening up, right? So this is the most awkward side angle we've done before. Never done this before in this room. New stuff I found in my yoga book. So it's twisting the back, right? Don't you love it? Don't you love it? When you're ready, take that arm back down. Step that leg back to table, right? And now bring your right arm behind the back, but bring your right leg out. Right leg comes out to the side. Right leg out here. Right, there you go. Right arm behind. Exhaling, but go to your forearm. Drop down to your forearm. Exhale, boom, opening up. Looking up. Looking up. Don't hurt your shoulder.
No, it's my bad one.
Okay, don't hurt it. Each time the exhale comes in, you're twisting open. Good. Very nice. And this is just brand new. I like a lot of variety in my class. When you're ready, release back to child's pose. Take a moment. So we decided to go on YouTube to help other people. People call, what kind of yoga do you teach? Well, go on to YouTube. I have snowbirds that come into town, about 30 of them, that have asked me, well, can you put your stuff on DVDs so we can do yoga in the off season? So they can go to YouTube. Also, the yoga off the mat is on YouTube. The benefits of yoga, people can learn about that. People can learn, as Carol said, well, people might realize that you don't have to be in great shape to do yoga. I say if you're breathing and moving, you're doing yoga. And I'm not real anal with my practitioners. If you're close and you're breathing and twisting and moving, and I'm happy with it. Some yoga teachers can take all day to try to get you in this perfect pose. It's not what yoga is to me. If you're breathing and moving, you're doing yoga. So we're doing it to help people. And then maybe a little bit of exposure for the business. More people will find us. And I can bring more people to yoga, not for financial gain, but to help them with their health. All right, let's have some fun now in our dancing warrior, which we've never done in this room before. So let's come back up to table pose. We're going to make our way to standing. I'm excited. Curl the toes under and push up to downward dog. Just look to your left or right if you want to follow, Lauren. The breath comes in, right? Breath comes in. Let the head go, Paul. Let the head go, Paul. Let the breath go. Let the breath be deep and the head release. Now, you're facilitating the functionality of your organs. They're moving, all of them, down towards your head. I like to say if you don't do downward dog, you have bed sores on your organs. They've been sagging. Gravity makes them sag. They're in the same position your whole life. Now you're moving the other way, restoring their functionality. When you're ready, lift your right leg straight up. Tripod. I'm not going to keep you here long. I'm not trying to beat anybody up. When you're ready, see if you can step that right foot up to your hands. If you can't get it there, reach back with the right hand and pull it up towards your hands in lunge. A little bit further. That's perfect. Set that back heel down in the back to the right and come up to warrior one. Boom. Come up to standing. Shoulders are in line with the front part of your mat. Chest is open. Breath comes in. Right knee is bent. Warrior one. Breathing here. Perfect. And then warrior two. Right fingertips out front in line with the toes. Look to your left. Make sure both arms are in line with each other. And then back to warrior one. Look at the right fingertips. Turn the palm of the right hand to the heavens and float that hand straight up. Look up to the hand as it goes up. That back left hand on the leg can exhale down the leg as you find a little back bend. And then release both arms. And get the left hand down to the mat on the inside of the right foot. Bring your right arm straight up to the heavens. Side angle. Try to follow the right hand with the eyes and the chin. Straight up from here. Nice and natural. And breathe as you exhale, twisting, right? When you're ready, bring both hands down to the mat on either side of that front right foot. Step that front foot back to plank. Step it back with the other one. And now you're in plank. And let's lower ourselves down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Leave your hands where they are, though. Join me. So we're going to have to do something about this. Let's do a little modified cobra, modified upward dog from here. So I'm just going to push till my arms are straight. My head looks up to the heavens. And I'm going to breathe here about 4 more breaths. How you doing? How's it going? Good. Okay. Curl the toes under and see if you can push back into downward dog. Now you may have to adjust your feet because downward dog is a 90-degree angle between the trunk and the legs. That's perfect. Breathing again, and we'll finish up the other side, right? How's it going, Creo? Too hot?
Yep.
I will cool it off. Left leg in the air. Left leg in the air. Hold it there for just a couple of moments. We get a little stronger in yoga too. The bones get stronger. When you're ready, step the left foot up to the hands. If you can't get it there, no big deal. Reach back, pull it up there with your left hand. Now you're in lunge, right? Turn that heel in the back down. That heel in the back turns that way. That's it. And then come up to warrior one, right? Boom, chest is straight ahead. Arms are expressive. Breath comes in. You got a little back bend here, a little chest expander. Warrior one. And then let's find warrior two. Left fingertips out in front. Look to your right. Make sure both arms are in line with each other. And back to the left fingertips. Warrior two. Turn the palm of the left hand to the heavens. Float that whole arm up. Follow with your eyes and chin. When that arm gets straight ahead, trickle that back right hand down the leg. Reverse warrior. Going a little bit further back. You're fine. Bend that knee. And when you're ready, release the arms down, bringing your right hand down to the mat. And left arm straight up to the heavens. Very natural movement right from the shoulder. Turning the arm, turning the body too, right? And breath comes in. Good. Don't get ahead of me now. We have to come to standing. When you're ready, bring both hands down to the mat on either side of that left foot. Turn the heel up in the back. Step the back foot to the front foot, forward fold. Now both toes are together. Take a moment or two to get your balance, get your energy, right? And then work on stretching out the back of the legs. Okay? If your legs are straight, then bring more fingertips down to the mat. If your legs are not straight, barely touch the fingertips to the mat and just try to straighten the legs. And make sure you're breathing here as you stretch out a little bit, right? Forward fold. And we talked a little bit about forward fold. Is yes, the head would move toward the knees, or the trunk would move toward the thighs. And give me 3 more breaths. When you're ready, come up to standing. We made it. We made it. But we're not done. We still have some work to do. Are you making a face?
Waiting to see what you're going to do.
Okay. We're going to do a little more work with a standing sequence. Then we're going to do our balance pose. Crow today. Never have done crow in this building. Exciting time for you two. You get to share in that, right? But let's find wide angle. I'm going to come here over by Lauren and Carol. You're going to find the length of your mat, right? So turn this way. And wide angle, walk the feet out, right? Just to where you're comfortable. But it is wide. It's the wide angle, they call it, because that's the way the legs are. Now, take your right hand, bring it to the left thigh. Oh, check that. Let's bring the hands to the hips first. Legs are straight. Breath comes back in. And let's just lower down first. Let's get a little closer this way to that ankle. Let the head go. The breath comes in. Okay? And as you exhale, you're just trying to release down a little bit. Just trying to relax everything down. Okay, good. Now, take your right hand and grab near the left ankle. But you keep the legs straight. Just grab anywhere near for starters. And then bring the left arm up to the heavens. Right from the shoulder, good. Rotate it, triangle. As you exhale, you're twisting the back. And as you exhale and twist the back, now you're stretching out. You can trickle that right hand down toward the ankle now as you work both, right? The twisting of the back and the hand trickling down. Good. And let the breath guide you, right? Exhaling down and even exhaling to twist. Modified rotated triangle. Good for the back. And then from here, let's just sweep, right? Bring that left hand across over to the right ankle area. Right? Bring that left hand over here. And then the right arm comes up to the heavens. Boom. And you don't have to be so far down the leg to start. Once you get there, now as you exhale, you can lower a little at a time. And the legs are both straight, right? Good. I like the breathing, Lauren. You're doing just fine. When you're ready, make your way back up to standing. Leave the legs where they are. One hand on each thigh. This is a lateral bend. Don't go forward. When you're ready, take either arm straight up to the heavens, looking up at the fingertips with the eyes and the chin. And then exhale that other hand down the leg. That hand that's up, straight up, stays exactly where it is as you go laterally down that side leg. This is modified triangle. Perfect. Breathing here. Exhaling a little bit down at a time. Good. Jeez. Very nice, Paul. Lucille. Jeepers. Well done. When you're ready, release back to center. And just bring that other hand to the thigh and bring the other arm up. Set that top arm first, though, right? With the eyes and chin, you're looking up. Once you're set, you're ready. Exhaling down a little bit at a time. You're patient. There's no rush here. You're exhaling down, waiting for the exhale, working your way down. And I'm hoping for 2 more breaths. Whenever you're ready. Releasing back out. And just bring your feet to a comfortable place. And we'll have some fun. So Carol here was in Florida visiting her brother. Oh, I thought you were in Florida.
No, that was the other trip.
Oh yeah, Carol's a globetrotter. So she had some yoga, some Pilates and whatnot. I think I'll pick on her. It's okay with you, Lucille. So Carol is going to attempt to do crow pose, where the hands go here, the knees come up near the armpits. She's going to lean forward and lift her feet up off the mat, right, Lorna? That's crow. That's crow. Oh yeah, you're going to do it. I'm going to help her. What?
My shoulder and stuff. We'll see.
Maybe Lucille should do it. Hang on. So you're going to partner up here in a minute. Well, hang on. Let me put this around your waist. You'll partner up and you all will attempt crow. We gotta work on those. What do they call these, the women?
The flap. Wings, the angel wings.
Okay, now Carol's going to try to get the knees here. I'm going to kind of help her with a little pull and a balance. And she's going to lift the feet off the mat.
Oh, no. Oh.
How's the shoulder?
Okay.
I hope I didn't hurt it.
No, it's okay.
Very good. Valerie, you're with Lorna. Paul, you're with Creo. Lucille, you're with Jill. Carol, you take a break. Have fun. I'm gonna help you out. Let's have you go first, Valerie. Okay.
I thought that's the way it went.
Okay, so go on down, and then you're gonna wrap. Right, go on down. Just squat. Just bring the hands first. I'm gonna help you. We have never done this before. I've done it before in a workshop a long time ago. Hands down. Now let the toes come up as you try to get the knees up as high as you can. Good. Let her go forward and just kind of lift her a little bit. She's close. You're fine. We don't want any mat burn on the face. There you go. Yeah, you got it, right?
Your knees, yeah, your elbows on your knees.
I'm gonna fall.
No, I think you're going to try it again, Lucille, because I think you got it.
I can't remember what he said.
Listen, do not hurt your shoulder. Okay? That's the last thing I want to see you do. Now, you're going to bring your feet up a little more. Try to come up on you're doing fine. Remember, you're going to be patient with your body. Now, lean forward. And she's going to pull you up a little bit and try to get the feet.
That's how I felt too.
Try to get the feet up off the mat.
Even my balls hurt.
Don't even sweat it, Lorna. There you go. It's fine. At least one attempt is better than none, right? That's good.
Okay, that's sorry, but I'll keep trying.
Crow, by the way,
My body needs to stretch, and that's
crow pose is, I've never done it, and this is going on my third year teaching. I just last night, last night before last when I planned the class, I said, you know what, we're just going to do this one. I do balance poses, all kinds of different variety. This is just, you happen to be here on this day when we're doing crow.
And I feel
Right?
nauseated, but I think it's just
It's the breathing.
good breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, you got a choice. You can be stiff or juicy, right? Juicy is a lot of yoga,
Lucy.
right? And you choose wisely, right? That's what I tell my practitioners. And you are a practitioner now from your first breath. I used to call my class students. But see, then that puts me at a different place. So we're all on the journey of yoga, right? We're all practitioners. And everybody's on a different road. So you don't sweat it. Remember I told you there's no ego in yoga. Doesn't matter how well you do it all.
Been kind of sedentary for a little over a year. I had my first surgery, so
Okay.
I'm ready to get
Remember, no mental torture, right? Doesn't matter how well you do today. Everybody in 6,000 years of yoga was a beginner, right? Everyone. Okay. All right. Did everybody go? Let's wind down our practice. Just as gently as a cat, place your tail upon the mat. So we have a few minutes. We're going to wind down. We're going to do a restorative pose that we've never done, half butterfly. Today, I like it. Let's begin with your left leg out front. And you'll have to listen to me. If you try to mirror me, you're going to mess up. Left leg's out front. Right foot, toe kind of in line with the left knee. Okay? Now, in the old days, they used to pull this into the groin. But notice as I pull it into the groin, I'm away from this leg, which is where I want to get in a few minutes. I want to be, and my hips too are out of alignment. This now my hips are even, and now I'm better aligned to come here, which we're not going to do just yet. Let's twist first. Turning to your right, bring your left hand on that right thigh. Right hand behind you on the mat. Push that right hand into the mat as you inhale. Sit up straight and tall. As you exhale, twist to your right. And then next exhale, see if you can twist a little more to the right. Even moving the fingertips behind you to a different place. Finding more leverage for an effective twist. And then the breath comes in. And this is another example of the diaphragm as you feel it opening and closing, massaging your liver, spleen, and kidneys. This is how we should be breathing. And you normally, typically wouldn't feel this in the store as you wait in line or as you mingle with the outside world. Nobody's breathing this way, but we were born to breathe this way. When you're ready, release out. Now, you're going to adjust your sit bones forward, and try to get your left hand to the left toe. Right fingertips can go on the left forearm as you release the head and the breath comes in. As you exhale, and you're patient, wait for the exhale. You're trying to trickle that hand that's on the forearm try to trickle it down to meet the other. And this is head to knee, and we have about 10 seated poses in yoga that I use, and most of them are head to knee. You can bring the head to the knee. Very calming for the nervous system. And we talked about how your relaxation response in yoga, as you do yoga, you begin to relax. It resets your nervous system, and the biochemistry of the body goes back to neutral, and you're allowed to heal yourself. But if you're in the stress mode, as America is, the relaxation response never clicks on. Thus, we have our problems with disease and illness. When you're ready, release back out. Now take that right foot, set it there. Both hands come behind you, fingers pointing away. Tripod. As you lift the groin up, lay the head back, open the heart. Give me 5 breaths here. After about 3 breaths, you may feel the tension released out of that lower back, that lumbar back. The tension releases. So this is a counter pose for head to knee, and also a little bit, might as well strengthen your bones while we're at it, right? Strengthening the muscles and beginning to release out. That right leg now goes back to where it was, laying down in front, right? And here comes half butterfly, so watch carefully. The left leg comes out wide. And now you're trying to find that lower right leg, leaning forward. The hands come right over the top, releasing down, forearms, oh yeah. Release the head and bring in the breath in half butterfly. You might feel the hip here. Good stuff. A lot of people. Okay. Let's bring this foot here. This foot right there. You're going to come here with the hands. Okay. And you're going straight down. A lot of people don't realize that you carry around all your emotions, your experiences, images. They store up in the body for decades. It's like toxins. In yoga, that washing machine works, cleans you out. They say that a lot of those emotions go into the hips. That's why our hips are so tight as you open up the body. You can have an emotional reaction. You can feel just so wonderful with a yoga class as you get cleaned out, right? Toxins don't have to be material. They can be in many different forms. When you're ready, walk your hands back. Leave your legs where they are. Keep walking your hands back behind you, pointing the fingers away from you as you lean back. Leave your butt on the mat as you find chest expander, head lays back, heart opens, and the back arches. Bring that awareness to what's going on. As you inhale, can you feel the arch in the back, the lower back? As you inhale, can you feel the heart open? And as you exhale, can you feel the head release back? And give me 2 more deep breaths. Releasing back when you're ready. And let's switch the legs up, right? Now the right leg goes out in front as we finish up our practice. The left toe is in line with that right knee. We're setting here for the other side. We're going to twist first, right? So the right hand now goes to the left thigh. Left hand behind you on the mat. Inhale, sit up tall. This way. Did you switch legs? And exhale, twist to your left. Did you switch legs? Yeah. Because the right leg should be out straight. You go on the other side? Did you? Okay, turn. We switched.
I'm confused.
Well,
Do this
we're this side.
Yeah.
So you're turned that way. As you exhale, breathing here. So when you twist, the lungs are twisted as well. And you're breathing into less lung space because they're twisted, strengthening your respiratory system. And I'm sure that is going to help your circulatory system, as we read to you about the heart patients, right? If your respiratory system is strengthened, you're breathing deeper, more oxygen, good for the circulatory system as well. Isn't that wonderful? When you're ready, release back to center. And adjust your sit bones forward, 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 because you're taking the right hand to the right toes. Left hand to the forearm, release the head. Breath comes in as you move head to knee. So be patient with your yoga, right? If you do yoga a couple times a week, you'll notice magnificent transformation in a very short time, probably as little as 10 classes or less. Give me about 3 more breaths. Well done. When you're ready, release out. And of course, we're going to take that left foot, set it right there. Right? Tripod. Hands behind you, fingers pointing away. Lift the groin. Lay the head back and bring in the breath. Two more breaths if you can. Do what you can. And slowly release down. Half butterfly, second to last pose. That left leg goes back down, right? Left leg, Paul? No, it's bent. It just goes back to where we started. But don't pull it in, it's up by the knee. Right leg slides over. And then find your trunk going straight over that lower left leg, half butterfly. Here, this side, right here. Both hands here, and then straight ahead. Well, we talked about there were a few things that you'll share with me eventually. You're fine. You're fine. I like this one. Oh, it's okay. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I'd come here, Lucille. I'd come more here unless you have a hip issue. Okay. So give me a few more breaths. Good, Valerie. And we'll finish up with our last pose. When you're ready, let's finish up with our last pose. Just walk your hands back, bringing yourself up, and continue walking the hands behind you, right? A counter pose. The head lays back, the heart opens, the back arches. The breath comes in. As you inhale, arch the back. Can you feel that? As you inhale, open the heart. And as you exhale, is the head releasing. And give me 3 more breaths. Last 3 deep breaths of the practice. It happens. When you're ready, release out. And let's find the most important pose in 5,000 to 6,000 years of yoga, your final 5 minutes of rest. By far the most important pose as you reset the body. So lie back, shut down your eyes. After 5 minutes is up, I will ring the chime 3 times and we'll go from there. Great job today. As you resurrect from the old to the brand new you. Take all the time you need, stretch out any way that works best for your body. eventually carefully, mindfully make your way to a comfortable seated position. So wonderful job doing some new stuff, right? So I like to close my class with the word namaste. Namaste, an old Sanskrit word, means the eternal soul, the eternal spirit in me recognizes the same in you, and we are both one. And everyone on the planet has that eternal soul or spirit. We're all one, but we forget that, don't we? Let's bring our hands together to the heart center. Thank you all for being here and sharing such a delightful practice with me and with each other. Valerie and Lorna, thank you both for being here. As we dedicated this class to you, I think I did that at the beginning of class, perhaps not. Best of luck with your yogic journey. Hope to see more of you. Our closing is from the Bhagavad Gita, the holy book of India. The scattered mind becomes spiritually sour and finds not serenity in the quiet hour. I hope the rest of your day is filled with tranquility and peacefulness. Namaste.
Would you read that again?
The scattered mind becomes spiritually sour and finds not serenity in the quiet hour.